Good morning, friends. We are working on the chapter of force and laws of motion. In the previous lectures, we saw what force is, the effects of force. We learned the concept of inertia. We learned balance and unbalanced forces. And then we moved on to Newton's second law, which introduced the concept of momentum. So momentum is the effect of force, but it depends upon the mass and velocity of the body. So in this lecture we are only going to discuss the numericals on momentum and force. So momentum, the formula is momentum equal to mass into velocity. The symbol of momentum is P. So P is equal to m into V. And what is force? In Newton's second law we saw force is the rate of change of momentum. Means F is equal to delta P upon T. Now delta P means change in momentum. So what is change in momentum? Final momentum minus initial momentum. So we have got mv minus mu upon t. If you take out the m common, it is v minus u upon t. So we got formula F equal to m into A. So these are the formula on the right side given in the blue, sorry, on the left side. Now on the right side we have to see, when we do numericals, we have to be very careful because there are some standard units we have to use. So mass should always be in kg. If it is in grams, you have to convert it into kg. Now in this numericals which I have done, I have kept the standard units, but this is for your knowledge. The mass should always be indicated in kg. Time is always taken in seconds. Velocity is indicated in meter per second. Acceleration in meter per second square. And force is expressed in Newton. So momentum will be mass into velocity, that is kg meter per second. So here I have not put any conversions to keep it simple, but physics is all about measurement, all about calculation. So the units are very important. So today we'll see a few numericals, how to calculate the things based on the data given to us. So we have question 1. Calculate the force needed to speed up a car with the rate of 5 meter per second square. Now s raised to minus 2 means meter upon second square. If the mass of the car is 1000 kg. So I hope you understood the numerical. The mass of the car is 1000 kg. We want to increase the velocity. But velocity at a constant rate we want to increase. So what are we given the data? The acceleration we want is 5 meter per second square. We want to increase the velocity at a constant rate 5 meter per second square. The mass of the car is 1000 kg. We have to find the force. So we'll use the formula force equal to mass into acceleration. Mass is given, acceleration is given, multiply them both. So we get 5000 kg meter per second square, that is nothing but 5000 Newton. So 5000 Newton is the force required to speed up a car at a constant rate of 5 meter per second square. 1000 kg car means 5000 Newton is to be given at every second. That much force has to be applied. So it is a very simple numerical. Move on to the next one. To accelerate a vehicle 3 meter per second square, again the same thing. Yes, acceleration is 3 meter per second square, mass is 100 kg, force equal to mass into acceleration, 100 into 3, 300 Newton is the force required. So these two examples are quite simple. Then now we are given the acceleration is 2 meter per second square and the force is given. It is given to accelerate it at the rate of 2 meter per second square, 10 Newton force is required. Here we have to find the mass of the object, but still the formula remains the same. We are given A and F and we have to find mass. So formula is F equal to m into A. So if you rearrange, what will you get? M equal to what? M equal to F. it is given, the F is given to us. What will we write? F upon A. The A which is in multiplication on the right side goes into division into the left side. So you have to divide the force by the acceleration. So 10 upon 2 gives us the answer 5. Here what we have done, F is written as 10 Newton, M is written as M, and acceleration is written 2 meter per second square. And the 2 goes into division here. So M equal to 10 upon 2, that is 5 kg. So the mass of the object is 5 kg. Right? Next question. A vehicle accelerates at the rate of 10 meter per second square. So here again the acceleration is given to us, force is given to us, again the mass. Formula you can write M equal to F upon A. So 50,000 upon 10 is 5,000. So 5,000 kg should be the mass of the object. Yes. So these are very simple numericals. I hope you have understood very well. Which formula we have been using so far? F equal to M into A. Now, we are given the mass of the vehicle 1000 kg and the force 5000 Newton. Now, here we have to find the acceleration. But same formula, mass is given force. F equal to M into A. So, A equal to F upon M. What is the F? 5000 and M 1000 kg. So 5000 upon 1000 give us acceleration 5 meter per second square. Okay, next question. Here also we have to find A. Same formula, F equal to M into A. F is 100 Newton, M is 500 kg. So A will be F upon M. So 100 upon 500. 100 upon 500 is 1 upon 5 or 0.2 meter per second square. Now, here we are given a velocity, an object of 50 kg gets the speed of 10 meter per second in 5 seconds from zero velocity. Means the car was at rest. So zero velocity, remember, they can give you in two ways. They can say zero velocity or they can even say the object was at rest. Because when the object is at rest, the velocity is 0. So what do we have here? Initial velocity is 0. Then the final velocity becomes 10 meter per second. The mass of the body is 10 kg and the time taken for that is 5 seconds. But in this question we do not want to go in the time. We want to find the change in momentum. So we have to find the change in momentum. So first we calculate the initial momentum, mass into initial velocity. So it is 50 into 0. Initial velocity is 0. So the initial momentum is 0 kg meter per second. Final momentum is mass into final velocity. So 50 into 10, that is 500 kg meter per second. So change in momentum is final momentum minus initial momentum. 500 minus 0 is 500 kg meter per second. This is the change in the momentum. So now this question only, I have taken the next thing is to find the force. So this is the change in momentum. How do we find the force? Force is nothing but the rate of change of momentum. So this change which has come 500 kg meter per second came in how much time? It came in 5 seconds. So per second how much force was used? So if I carry on the same question, again the same question, but this time the calculation is required force. Now we saw change in momentum was 500 kg meter per second. Force is the rate of change of momentum. So force is change in momentum upon the time taken. So 500 upon 5 second, it is 100 kg meter per second square. So the force is 100 Newton. So this was the same question asked as force, but first I found out the change in momentum and then I divided the change in momentum by the time taken for the change in momentum and I got the required force. The next question we have is a bus starts from the stop. Starts from the stop means it was at rest and take 50 seconds to get the speed of 10 meter per second. Means the bus started from rest and got a speed of 10 meter per second after 50 seconds. And all the passengers in the bus, along with the passengers, the bus weighs 10,000 kg. So how much the force the engine must have applied the force? So we have initial velocity 0, final velocity 10, time taken 50 seconds, mass 10,000 kg. Now here we have got force is equal to mass into acceleration or final velocity minus initial velocity upon time taken. So if you know the formula, all you have to do is put down the value. Mass is 10,000 kg, final velocity is 10, initial velocity is 0 and time taken is 50 seconds. So all the units are conserved here, so there is no conversion we have to do. So 10 minus 0 is 10, 10 upon 50 is 1 upon 5 or 0.2 and the mass is 10,000 kg. So 10,000 into 0.2 will give us 200 kg meter per second square or 200 Newton. So the bus has to apply 200 Newton force to take it from 0 meter per second to 10 meter per second in 50 seconds. So the force applied by the engine of the bus is 2000 Newton. Next question. A vehicle having mass 10 kg is running, so it is running with a speed of 5 meter per second. So now the vehicle is not at rest. In this case, the vehicle is not at rest. It is already moving at a speed of 5 meter per second. Now, the engine applies a force of 10,000 Newton for 10 seconds. So the question asked is, the vehicle is already moving with a speed of 5 meter per second. Force is being applied by the engine of the vehicle. So the velocity will increase. So we have to find out what is the final velocity. How much velocity has increased. So again the force is given, the mass is given, the initial velocity is given. We have to find out the final velocity. Mass is given, force is given, time is given, initial velocity is given. So again we put the same formula, put down the values. Force is 1000 Newton, mass is 1000 kg. Final velocity is v, which we don't know, so you have to find v minus 5 upon 10. So 1000 divided by 10 gives 100. Now 100 goes into division here. So 1000 divided by 100 is 10. So 10 equal to v minus 5. The minus 5 goes on this side, becomes plus 5. So the velocity of the bus will become 15 meter per second. Sorry, the vehicle. So the vehicle which was already traveling at the speed of 5 meter per second, when a 1000 Newton force is applied for 10 seconds, the speed of the vehicle will become 15 meter per second after 10 seconds. Now, an object gets a velocity of 10 meter per second. So what is said here? Gets the velocity means the final velocity became 10 meter per second after applying a force of 500 Newton for 10 seconds. And the mass is 1000 kg. So what was its velocity before applying the force? Means we have to find the initial velocity. Here a body was traveling with certain velocity. On applying a 500 Newton force for 10 seconds, the body reached the velocity of 10 meter per second. So we have to find out what was the initial velocity of the body. So the mass is given 1000 kg, force is 500 Newton, time, sorry, there is a mistake here, time is not 10 meter per second, time is only 10 seconds. There is a mistake here, we will just cut it off. Time is 10 seconds, final velocity is 10 meter per second, we have to find the initial velocity u. So we put down the values down, force is 500 Newton, mass is 1000 kg, final velocity 10 u. So divide 1000 by 10 gives 100, 100 goes into division, so 500 by 100 gives us 5, 5 equal to 10 minus u, we rearrange, so u goes on this side, 5 comes on this side, so initial velocity was 5 meter per second. So I think I've gone a little fast, but I hope you have understood the numericals. We have only used two formulae here. P is equal to m into V. Change in momentum is mv minus mu. Force is delta P upon T, or m equal to V minus u upon T, or m equal to F equal to m into A. So these are the numericals which are very important because the concept of physics are mostly used in real life situations, and real life situations are calculated with the help of this type of numericals. So in physics, the practice of numericals is also very important. So I am keeping this lecture very short. Yes, I will not take any topic further, so I'll revise the lesson once again. We saw and understood motion. Now we have also used the formula from the previous chapter. You have to remember V is equal to U plus AT, S is equal to UT plus half AT square, and V square minus U square equal to 2AS. After learning motion, we understood the cause of motion, that is force. So Newton's first law is given by Galileo's law of inertia. The second law introduced a concept called momentum. So we understood the first law and the second law, and we have done the numericals. Now here is some homework for you. So I hope you will be very easily able to solve all these sums. Practice will make you good at it. So do not run away from physics. Physics is really very interesting, but you have to understand it by its concepts. So we have got a Saturday today, and we'll have a few days later also. So what I want you to do is, if you find any doubts, go through the videos again, get the concepts clear, try the numericals, and you will be very good at it. Okay? So I'll end this short lecture, do the homework and send me the photographs. And here, thank you.